So let me know your.
Yes, sir. I just started recording. Welcome, friends. So we are back to our weekly session on Q&A on the Safe book. So please feel free to ask sir questions. I think you all might have heard Kirti Garu's audios or read the book she has posted.
Yeah. So I'm ready. Sheila ma'am is ready with her question. See?
Hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Go ahead. Ma'am.
Hi, Sheila.
Hello. Um, of course, I had one which is not related to the topic. I don't know when we will have one session for unrelated topics to talk to you.
We will have a session. You people schedule one, we will adjust the time. No problem.
Yes. General question. So, Chandra sir, like, okay, when I was listening to Kirti ma'am's audio harming about others and what Seth said.
Ah,
So, but when we like when I go back to Robert Schwartz's book, and there he says like the victim, say for example, we feel so bad for some victims, and but he says, oh well, the victim and the person who is the doer, they both have a soul contract, and they have actually come here to do that. And like there are cases like that what is that Nirbhaya case. If you think about that, there the soul, he didn't say about Nirbhaya, but he said there are some victims who come, and um, the act happens so that the society or the larger mass can get enlightened by it, or some changes happen. Now with Nirbhaya, so many changes happen in the law. So is that how we have to understand? And of course we do feel for it, and we don't want anybody to get harmed, but please enlighten that. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
okay. See, nice question. In fact, I was thinking that someone will ask a question on the associated Nirbhaya case, right? So, if you, I mean, my voice is audible or do I have to be louder? Is
It
my
is audible, sir.
okay, right? So, first thing, what the entire theme or the DNA of Seth and the DNA of Robert Squads are
Mm-hmm.
not the same.
Yes.
Okay. They complement and supplement each other.
Okay.
Now, what do I mean by complement and supplement each other? Robert Squads is asking the same question that Seth is asking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are two things. One is, why did you take it?
Yeah.
Hmm. That is
Mm-hmm.
Robert Scott's theme, because he is talking to souls to find,
Mm-hmm.
he is going into the language of why did you take those things as pre-birth plan and why are they part of our plan?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Seth's answer to that is, first of all, your journey on this on this earth
Mm-hmm.
is to learn and heal.
Yeah.
The tools that you have is implement the karma as it is,
Mm-hmm.
or right, you have the
Mm-hmm.
free will,
Yeah. To
right?
change. Mm-hmm.
Applying the free will, you can still heal. See,
Right.
for example, what is he saying? He says, right? Beautifully, he says, to summarize very briefly, Seth said three major things about suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So you can heal without suffering.
Yes.
He says things or lessons may be better learnt by some way of suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Anything learned via suffering would have been learnt without suffering. Okay. The ultimate lesson of a suffering is that suffering is not necessary.
Right.
Okay. Now, let's apply these two themes to Nirbhaya.
Yeah.
He brings in two things the way anything will occur. It is part of your plan. The objective behind the plan is heal. You need that experience and you want to heal that desire.
Right.
You are sending a telepathic message, which is of two kinds.
Mm-hmm.
One is conscious, one is subconscious.
Yes.
Okay. So, first question on that Nirbhaya case is very similar to thinking spiritually. It is
Mm-hmm.
like, why did you send that message?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the guy who is responding, he also is subconsciously responding, but he has got the free will to consciously say that I'm
No.
going to be the guy. Right? So,
Yeah.
which one of the wisdom are you applying? End of the day, your objective on the earth is on one side you have the karma.
Right.
Okay. That means there is going to be a desire. How are you going to walk the path of love and compassion, which is your ultimate objective on this earth? That is what Seth is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, when we perform an act,
I don't see why.
the guy who is performing the act, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy who is performing the act has the power
Free
of
will. Mm-hmm.
the free will, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take the third one, saying that since one of the objectives of the lesson of suffering is that suffering is not necessary, that becomes the fourth objective among the three.
Right.
So, why can't you take that path is the question that Seth is raising.
Mm.
Correct. So, we should stick to that compassion, propagation of compassion, propagation of
Love.
the love and this one as the main principle. So, what are you doing with your free will? Your free will, you have the power.
Right.
Don't we do it when we are in serious illness?
Yeah.
Right? Somebody who has got sugar levels flying in the sky, right? You go and put a bucket of ice cream in front of him, will he fall for it? If he falls, then he is undergoing saying, anyway, I've taken it as part of my karma, let me suffer it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there are people
Yes,
who I've heard who say that.
Anarganam.
Yeah. Can we mute everyone? Yeah. Right? I mean, definitely you have the power. Consciously unmute yourself whenever necessary. Yeah. Right. So that's the whole theme difference between Robert Squads and
Yeah.
Seth.
So when they are doing this life between life, the soul planning, my question is like, okay, when they are doing the soul planning, when they are taking such planning, will our higher selves or their higher masters who are with us not guide us saying, why do you want to take such a drastic thing?
No, but then
Already the act has
that's a
happened.
lesson. No, that's a lesson.
Okay.
That's a lesson.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
How you
see,
are going to execute, what is the
Mm-hmm.
experience that you want to take back?
Okay.
That is of concern. See, for them, all these, they don't see in their realm of existence, because they want to learn the 365 degrees of a quality.
They won't have all this.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Bala ma'am, you were saying something?
Yeah, also masters unnecessarily they do not want to interfere. They do not unless it's a individual free will.
No. Free will, even the Supreme will not interfere.
Yeah, in the
That
free
is
will, yes.
exclusively your power. The other
Yeah.
thing is the council of elders, as they call it, those spirit guides, etc.
Yeah.
You choose what you want to experience. Okay?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? This is the best way you can experience. It's up to you.
Yeah, they will just give the plan.
No, they
Oh.
won't give the plan. They will say that your energies may not withstand the plan that you are taking.
Oh, they give the
Yeah.
choice also. They give the choices, then
The
we need to choose.
choices is up to you. You sit and plan your execution. You bring your partners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That means you are the director, story writer, as well as the person, the producer.
But I read
Yeah,
in some of the books.
they will have 4 or 5 blueprints, and they
No,
will
no
definitely tell.
blueprint is given by them.
Oh.
You
No.
sit with your Akashic records.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You sit with your soul plan. Akashic records is a picture of what all you have completed. So you
Yes.
use that. You know your pending lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So you will take those lessons and create a plan.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what is the Council of Elders doing? They are going to sit at your plan and look into it and say that, okay, are you sure you want to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? I don't know if your energies can withstand these, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you take a look whether you want to change the theme?
Right.
That is the role of the Council of Elders. They will not say do this, do that, and all. No.
Yeah.
That is purely done by your soul. Your soul is equal to higher self plus the lower self that is going to play the role.
Yeah. See,
That is
also,
the
like,
soul. Yeah.
yeah. So, like, I have a neighbor, they are Puerto Ricans,
Okay.
and that young girl, she has taken so much. That soul has brought in so much. She is mentally not well. She cannot hear. Beautiful. She's so beautiful. But poor girl cannot hear. Mentally, she's not there, and she cannot speak. And she's highly ADHD. And her mom was telling like 10 different things she has selected to come on this earth. And one thing, I don't want to put my Indian people down, but I've never heard. I mean, for a few months, just to go through this, when I was into spiritual, I took a break from my job and I went and worked as a substitute teacher with
Mhm.
these physically and mentally handicapped children to feel that, I mean, what they go through and everything. And the amount of compassion they have here in US, when I go, even the people who are taking care of them, they don't get paid like hardly anything, but never have I heard a complaint saying, oh my god, it's my karma, I'm doing this. Oh my god, what did I do in my life that I got this, or I selected this.
No.
They
The
are serving
interesting
so
thing,
beautifully.
Interesting thing in the cultures, the way
Mm-hmm.
we are nurtured, and what I find in the West, because I've
Mm-hmm.
traveled in many places, I've worked in many
Right.
places, right? There,
Right.
the use of free will
Mm-hmm.
is very high compared
Right.
to our theoretical knowledge on free will.
Right. Okay.
Because we are nurtured to live within certain boundaries right from childhood.
Right. True.
Okay. Now, we are taught about reverence.
Yeah.
Mother says something, you don't follow, you are disobeying reverence. If the
Right.
father says something, you don't listen, right? You will learn karma.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you are taught under those, probably if
Right.
Goldratt would have written on theory of constraints about India, right? This
Yeah.
become one of the theory of constraints,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful
think-
question. Thank
I
you.
think
Yeah.
it's
Thank you.
also,
Yeah.
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 Thank
Well,
you, Sheila ma'am. I was just saying, sir, it's also the belief system too. I
no,
mean,
no.
we are
That's exactly what
going
I'm
back.
saying. So that
Yeah.
reverence and all that is made to become your DNA. Whereas, right, that itself is the root cause for many diseases
Right.
because you are under stress. You are not living life the way you want to. Yeah. Yes,
True.
Radha and Rajendra.
Yes, sir. This is Rajendra here again.
Yeah,
Uh,
Raj.
going back to this incident, Nirbhaya incident there, it's very unfortunate these things have happened.
No, it is unfortunate in our thinking. See, there are two guidelines when we
Right.
take birth. One is known as moral guidelines.
Okay.
The other one is spiritual guidelines.
Right.
Okay. So we need to be very clear because that is the point that Seth is making here.
Okay.
See, one is guided by morality.
Yeah.
Morality is the accepted norm in the society, which is
Yeah.
common for everyone,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So when we are looking at some, and spirituality is very different. I mean, like GK sir quotes a wonderful example of his studentship under Patriji,
Right.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if I have what do you call interjected and changed the trajectory of your question. First complete the question, I will give this answer.
No, my question is, I mean, it's a soul journey that has happened, kind of a not a kind, but a heal and experience. But the domino effect of that one is hundreds and thousands of people got involved into it. The common man got involved into it. It's kind of a suffering at the same time. Like, when I say they're suffering, it could be a security people or the Rasta Rokos or the Dharnas or kind of agitations here and there. So many things have happened based on that incident.
Mm.
Yeah, it's so okay. If that thing has happened, it's still happening again.
No, it is
It's not ended, right?
No, it won't end because, see, what are the changes that have happened? They are all applicable to the materialistic life, right?
Yes.
Right? Which is driven by, guided by moral laws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so Patriji's and GK sir's story is very relevant here. This happened on the station, the railway station of Voltaire. Voltaire
Okay.
is Visakhapatnam.
Yeah.
Okay. Patriji was about to leave, and a couple of his followers from Visakhapatnam, they accompanied them to the railway station.
Right.
Now, when they were talking and Patriji was giving these people some guidelines, an old man walks in and says, I'm not able to locate this seat. Can you please help me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Immediately, one of the members in that crowd, that is in this team, he takes the old man, helps him board the train, and he comes back.
Right.
Patriji gives him a mouthful for it,
Okay.
saying, when you are with a spiritual guru,
Yeah.
you are supposed to participate. Who asked you to go and help? That is
Right.
that is moral science.
Yeah.
Whereas when you are with a guru, all that matters is focusing on the what the guru is saying.
Yeah.
Did the guru ask you to go and do what you wanted to do?
No.
Right? So
Yeah.
you have deviated.
Yes.
Right? That is how spirituality will look at it.
Okay.
And morally, what this gentleman did is the correct thing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a very interesting paradigm. Right? Now, what Seth is saying is, whatever happens, you can do the same thing without suffering. The
Okay.
entire mechanism
Yeah.
where the changes were brought in could have
Yeah.
been without Nirbhaya also.
Yeah.
Right? That means people who are supposed to do certain things have not done certain things. You have left loopholes.
Yeah.
That is what he is trying to point out.
But
Okay.
Chandra Garu, one thing, unless we have the knowledge of awareness, for everyone it's very difficult,
Right.
what
Right.
to decide.
That means, have you put people who are not capable of handling things and given them certain powers? That takes you on a different plane altogether, right? What you are saying
Yeah.
is perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. See, now we understand, because now we know that we are creating our own reality. So we will be very careful what to think, what not to think.
Correct.
But before we were not like that.
Correct. No, we were not like that, means we had to probably learn the lessons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think to some extent, yeah. Unless we learn some lessons, we cannot evolve to a certain stage.
Okay. Right. Now that brings us to the second question that Seth has asked. Let me share the screen also.
Anything learned via suffering could have been learned without the suffering.
Without suffering. And one of the lessons after you suffer, you realize is the same thing can be done without suffering.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the entire theme.
I agree. He is saying correct, but how many people have this knowledge? And
Yes.
also, how can we figure out, on day-to-day life when we have so many things
Yeah.
going on, how to avoid suffering?
It's the awareness one. We since we are involved in spirituality, I think we have our awareness has expanded.
That's why
So we
Correct.
are
I
able to
come to this
understand
stage.
now.
Now look at the interesting paradigm. What are
Yeah.
the people who have learned something supposed to do?
Spread it. Spread the awareness.
Correct? Right? So that is
Yes.
one of the dharmas that we have to practice.
Yes.
Are we doing it? Are we spreading the awareness?
I try. I get scolded you too.
No, that will happen. See, look at the loaded answer. Why do people choose suffering?
Yes.
Everything we choose is ultimately for our
For our spiritual growth.
growth,
Yeah.
right? The painful and suffering, the joyful fun, and all points in between. But
Yeah.
when we choose the suffering route, besides all the lessons learned from the event or situation, an additional lesson waiting to be learned is that the suffering wasn't necessary in order to learn whatever you have learned. There are
But Chandra sir, see, so the same incident has happened for so many people. It's not like, oh, this is only
it
one
has
thing.
not
But
stopped.
I feel, yes, it has not stopped. But the same thing when you see in US also 20 years back, Amber Alert. The Amber, that girl's story, if you take, she was kidnapped. She had the choice, like you said, free will to speak up and tell people that, hey, I'm Amber, when they had covered her face and they did take her out into the local restaurants and all that. And she was just living 1 mile, 1.5 mile away from her own home. And
Ah.
poor girl for so many years suffered with the fear that was created by that person, whoever. But the same incidents has happened to so many people. But I feel certain souls, even though they are not spiritually like aware, but as a by the like at the soul level, they have selected that this has to happen. I will go through this pain so that through me the society will get, like, because of what happened to her,
100%.
the Amber Alert happened.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
it has
agree.
helped so many kidnappers, so many alert. Like now the alert has started all over USA. It happened, right?
Mm.
Like everybody gets an alert, Amber Alert, blah blah blah. And the
Correct.
same thing with Nirbhaya. But it's not that that incident has created awareness to the point where it, it never occurs. No, it
No,
occurs.
no.
But only certain souls have brought it to that caliber where they have made an impact on the society to spread the awareness. But it is up to people to take the depth of it. I mean, they have
No,
to
not
see
only that.
certain.
No, you have made a beautiful point. When you go through nature of personal reality,
Mhm.
if I remember right,
Yeah,
or is it
Soul's plan also.
souls?
soul's
Still
plan.
So, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
are called the brave souls.
yes,
yeah.
Okay.
Only certain brave souls,
And
they come
yeah,
look
to
at
do
this.
this.
Look at the beauty of this. Do we think
yeah,
it is only us souls who are progressing who have consciousness?
No,
yeah,
everybody.
Even the earth, Mother
Yeah.
Earth has a
yeah,
consciousness. In this game of karma, in this game of events, all these parameters play a role.
right.
Right? When you are thinking from the materialistic perspective, your approach
Yes,
is completely different.
yes,
Right?
true.
Now,
Yeah,
look at this. People subconsciously choose suffering for a number of reasons or beliefs. They may be
mhm,
the lesson sticks much longer if suffering is involved.
yeah,
But then, in every scenario, there are two things that is happening. One of the lessons is suffering necessary to complete this?
yeah.
So, there are various reasons, and all these become part and parcel of the 35 divine lessons that one has to learn.
Yeah. We also consciously also, like, shamelessly, I will tell you, before I came into, I mean, I was into spirituality since 1995, but still the awareness that I have got suddenly expanded from 2021 after I got into PMC and all
Good
that.
point. No. It is not only good PMC.
Lot of us
No.
entered in.
The entire universe has moved
Yeah.
from
From the
complete
corona time.
materialism. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So,
Because of
like, no,
COVID.
what my point was, like, before I used to think, like, for no reason, I will say, oh, what if this happens? It is not happen. But I imagine something sad happening, and I am actually very sad. And the other person is saying, oh my God, this shouldn't have happened. Now, none of this has happened. This is all playing in my brain. And like abracadabra, it happens one day, right? But now I'm like, why do I have to think like that? Why can't I think positive? What if it happens like this beautifully, or something happy, or
But then,
something
no.
positive?
Now look at your sentence. You said,
Yeah,
what if it happens positively? Right?
yeah, that is all again not
That is again materialistic because,
materialistic. Mhm.
right? All are
Yes,
experiences. There
yes,
is nothing like this is positive, this is negative.
negative, yes.
This is luck, this is bad luck. Those things
Mhm.
don't exist in spirituality,
Yes,
right?
true.
And the laws of nature are not going to be silent. Laws of nature are going to be there and they are going to play their role. One of the
Yeah.
fundamental law of attraction is always in action.
Yeah. No, I feel that nowadays I feel like even if I attract a person who cheats like in a labor work or something,
Hmm.
before I used to feel sad that oh my God, I trusted this person with doing my some work and he really cheated. He talks so well, blah blah blah. But now my way of thinking is, what is that? Why did I attract this act from this person? That means I have to clear something. I have to cleanse myself. I have to correct myself, not that person.
Correct.
That is what I have started doing now. Immediately I correct myself and I go within and see what is that attracted that kind of behavior. Even
Correct.
if it's a behavior from my child or from my husband, from
Hmm.
anybody. Now,
No,
instead of
then
blaming
now
them,
let's
I
add
start
one
blaming.
complication. From
Mm-hmm.
what Seth is saying, let's add one complication. Did you also think that by changing my what I am attracting, the entire thing will change? Did you realize that?
Yeah, I feel like when you start doing that, the whole environment, then you start responding, then reacting, right?
Correct. So that part is very well covered in our course on spiritual tablets, which says that there are two phases of attraction,
Mm-hmm.
action, the law of attraction. One is in the alcoholic phase, and the other one is holistic. You have taken an alcoholic approach,
Hmm.
right? So this is beautiful. Sometimes people make conscious choices to hurt others. Just
Hmm.
those choices are telepathically and subconsciously agreed by the
The
person
other
who
person.
is to hurt as well as
Mm-hmm.
the person
Yeah.
who wants to
Mm.
experience the hurt. Because look at this,
Right.
people cause suffering.
Yeah.
Rather, I mean, explain see, Seth material does not attempt to remove you from your human experience. What experience? Human experience.
Yeah.
Physical level. Yeah.
Correct. But rather, explain its more expansive foundation and understand that experience in multiple ways and each person's participation and agreement in the event. You do, now in our meditation, are we saying that unless you explicitly,
Mm-hmm.
right, have agreed? That's what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, this, what do you call, our unified says, right? Chapter 5,
Yeah.
that we are,
Yes.
where is unified destiny, where is unified gone suddenly? Ah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Note the word allowing,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Note the word allowing, right? Now, what is he saying? However, far too often it is the stress and fearful thoughts of others that that you are allowing to I mean, influence you. And the same thing could be thoughts from inside for whatever reason.
Right.
Right? So it is basically the word is allowing. Nothing can influence you without your express or tacit approval. Nothing out of ignorance. You have allowed influence in your life. Out of ignorance, you have allowed in, right? Now, influences that have made you miserable, even more significant, they have built a barrier, right? The barrier higher and stronger between you and your higher self. Correct? Now, the same thing beautifully in that audio book of Dr. Deepak Chopra, The Higher Self. He says in one of the chapters, I think 5 or 6, I don't recall, he says, what is your emotional body? Emotional body is the set of lessons and how you have reacted or responded to a situation. So, got it? I mean, is everyone on the same page?
Yes, yes.
Radha sir, your question is now answered.
So I think I would like to add one point, sir. I think basically when we are saying allowing,
One
it
sec,
goes.
you keep talking. I'll just come.
Is
Yeah.
it Surekha?
Yeah, అవునండి. Yeah. So
Can
today
someone
Kirti garu
please,
has
sorry, can someone
Sorry?
please define emotional body again, like Chandra sir did?
Okay. I did. Chandra sir did not define anything.
Chopra, Deepak Chopra, he said
Yeah.
it is inside our body, inside ourselves. We are storing all those emotions.
All the experiences since
Yeah.
over
Past
our
and future.
evolution, past lives, as well as the current life, whatever we have experienced, they are spread across in the part. What are we made of, Geeta ma'am? We are made of 100 trillion
Trillion cells.
cells. Every cell has got a memory. Right? Now, best instance is when there is a transplant that happens, when a heart transplant happens, we have seen that people experience desires that they were never used to. So have you read about that?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, what does that mean? That means the cells that are there. Now, those particles, if you make a body out of it, that becomes your emotional body.
That is what past ones are samskaras.
I mean, he calls it samskaras. All these are past. Even the current one will fall under that samskara.
No, because samskaras are the past emotions, stored ones, and we bring it out when we face again in this present moment.
Okay, I mean, I will not dispute it because I have not understood it that way, but maybe what you are saying is right. Now, Geeta ma'am, look
Yes,
at
sir.
this diagram. Look at this diagram. Are you able to see the diagram I have posted here?
Yes, sir.
What are all these particles? These are energies which are lying all around you. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Right? So all these energies, one, they are the thoughts of others. They are the feelings of others. They are the thoughts and radiations of every system of your body. Your, let us say, your digestive system, your respiratory system, your generative system, your circulatory system, and so on. They are also the connection between the external and in the internal is your breath. Are you able to visualize that?
So what I read from this screen only,
Ah,
in the end, it is saying these together with the solid body
correct.
make up
Now,
the
what is
fourfold
solid
physical
body?
body. Physical
Correct,
body of
ma'am.
man. This is fourfold physical body of man.
Correct, ma'am. All that is right. Now, you do prepare chapati, right?
Right.
I love that example. That's why I keep repeating. Now, chapati is after a lot of processing, correct?
Yes, sir.
right? Now, can I consider the wheat that you have chosen to be in particles of this shape?
Okay.
Then you are mixing it with air, water, and all that, and a pattern that is in your mind,
Yes.
correct? So the energy is coming from your mind. That means the thought forms.
Yes.
Ending of the thought form is a solid body, but currently it is powder. Then you mix it with water, you mix it with the other ingredients that go into giving it a flavor, correct?
Right.
Then you
Yes.
mix the whole thing. What was not a solid earlier is now coming into grips with your sensory organ, saying that, okay, this is the shape, make a ball out of it, this is the dough, correct?
Yes.
Right? And then you're baking it and converting it into something that is a solid form. Okay.
Right.
That is what you are doing by combining all this. But nature also is doing the same thing. That is the human body. Is there anything difference in the process of both the elements? This
Yeah. Similarities there.
correct.
Master.
Now that is right. That is the experience. So now let us re-raise your question with this background of our thoughts and information. Re-raise your question.
A definition of emotional body. I wanted to.
Correct. So
I
all
want
these
a repeat of that.
particles,
Yeah.
correct. All these particles that contribute to the layer that is as a finished good, a body, which is only populated with the fragments that are belonging to those emotions, the emotional signals, the particles that are part and parcel of the emotional signals is the emotional body. And that is controlling your physical body, correct? Because if I
Correct.
remove emotions, where is your energy to act? It is not there. There is no emotion, no energy in motion,
Right.
right? So that is that is how it gets converted, and that is the emotional body. So all the cells have come because ultimately we are not a physical entity. We are a community of cells performing certain actions,
Yes.
right? So that is the answer to your question.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, but you have understood, right? You are not saying thanks because I've put the stop bit of that is the answer to your question. But you are able to relate to the whole thing, correct?
Yeah, it's my first time that I've joined this group.
Yeah.
Because I heard you there in that unified English session. One
Yeah.
of the days you gave an answer, so I thought I should attend this. But I think I'm in the middle. And energy in motion, you explained, sir. I'll try to grasp more of it. But
No,
for
no.
now, this much definition is, yeah,
Yeah. But you
I
are
could
able to
understand.
relate to that, right?
Yes,
You are
yes,
able to
definitely,
relate.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you for the question. It has enlightened many silent people in this group. And that is the benefit of sitting and discussing together. Yeah. Next question.
Um, Sir, I don't have a question, but I just wanted to add something when you said unloving. This is Sureka, by the way, everyone. So I think it again goes back to, how much sadhana we are doing in our meditation journey or spiritual journey. If
Mm.
anybody is trying to hurt us or, trying to abuse or anything, I mean, it's you are in this path. I mean, if for a normal person, it is difficult to like expect them not to get hurt because they are still in the physical level, thinking wise and everything. So we will. I mean, I know to get to that stage, it's a lot of work, initial work, and finally we have to get to that yogi tattva or yogi, where we don't get any. affected by anyone around us, even if they are, trying to say anything, whatever. So that is what I felt to add.
Hmm.
But the people who are in, not spiritual path and going through this suffering, and you're seeing in front of you.
Hmm.
Actually, the example you gave, sir, I want to just clarify the Patriji and GK sirs.
Hmm.
So the person, whoever, the master who went and helped the old man,
Hmm.
of course your guru is there, but still, as a human tendency, you immediately go and help, or how do we, like, or how should I put this? So where and when not to help others, how do we know? I know it will add into karma. I hear this a lot in other forums too, saying that you just do, even GK sir mentioned this many times, spiritual science service is the highest level of service you can do,
Hmm.
even when it comes to donations or giving money or any kind of those things. But it's not always spiritual science service people will be looking for. So how do we understand that point? I just wanted to
Can I add
clarify.
something here too? Um,
Yeah.
Please,
it's
please.
always the intention also matters, right, Chandra sir? Like, okay, if you're doing something nice, what is the intention behind you doing that? Like when you're doing
No, that
charity
matters certainly, but
or even helping that old
100%.
person,
Hmm.
maybe he wanted, I don't know, I'm not judging him. Like as a person, oh, I want my guru to say, wow, you did a wonderful job. But it reversed it.
No,
And
did
also,
you
we would
follow?
like,
No.
huh?
You could have simply done one thing in the Guru's presence. There are so
Yeah,
many responses. One is, Guruji, may I help him?
yes,
Right.
ask his
Now,
permission. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
yes,
Right.
Mhm.
yes.
So there are various ways of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in a Guru Tattva, Guru Sishya Tattva, the Parampara, you have to do what the Guru is telling you. If your Guru has not told you, that means that is not part of your action.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably that theme would have played in that situation. Okay.
Yeah.
When
If
you are with a
Guru,
Guru. That is why there are 4 kinds of relationship and there is a sequence of how you behave in each scenario. Uh, Surekha, that is the answer to your question from a spiritual perspective. Hmm.
okay, sir. So
And
if
I
Guru
don't
was
know
not
where I
there,
have.
no, I just wanted to clarify on this for everyone. So if Guru was not there, you are just by yourself and somebody is there.
You are
Will you
guided by
go?
your
Inner
Your
higher self.
intuition,
correct,
inner self.
correct.
Yes.
You go with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know which book I read. I don't know if it was The Alchemist or one of the Lotsway story. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry about that. But when I was reading this book, there this person goes and interferes. Like he tries to help a family, but then the effect, the after effect, was shown by the god to him, saying, because you went and you thought you are trying to help by becoming a god, you actually didn't, you did more wrong things. Like so many
Okay.
things
Now,
happened.
beautiful. Right. Now, let us take the impact of that. And maybe the question Radha, Rajendra sir is asking,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Maybe very closely related to this. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, go ahead, Rajendra sir.
No, sir. Going back to the discussion what we had. Sorry, I have to step out for a call and have to come back, but I will listen to the recording to make it out. Another question popped up in my mind, when I'm listening to reacting and responding. Now, I'm going to give an example. If somebody is trying to hurt me, I'm trying to respond, I'm trying to understand what is that action that I made that's causing me this kind of a thing to coming back to me again, right? Now, in that process, if I'm not reacting at that point or trying to respond, in this realistic world, I can be crushed, I can be destroyed. And how do we balance, like, I mean, this could be a materialistic on the from the spiritual path, from materialistic path. I still want to survive and and lead a normal life, but rather than getting under the wheels and getting crushed.
Does this happen at home every day? Just think. Is there an argument, a fight, hurting each other? Is that there at home?
No, sir. This is my work late.
No,
Sometimes like
Then I'm just taking an example. Does it happen at home?
Example.
yeah,
Yeah.
It happens, right? What do you do? How do you manage it? By improving the communication, ignoring certain things. At
yeah,
work, you are supposed to deliver what is expected and be done
yeah.
with it. Don't take ownership of it to such an extent.
Okay,
Okay, that means don't give. See, in one preparation that you are doing from a spiritual perspective, you cannot let your energies go distracted,
yeah,
right? I mean, you have done your job. You want me to improve it, I will do it. Don't do it with that level of involvement that it can impact you.
okay,
Because your materialistic existence is for you to, is for the support for your spiritual journey. Because
yeah,
ultimately, spiritual journey is the purpose.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, Surekha, can you repeat your question so that we can link all these three and come to an answer?
So where are how do we know like whom to help,
Okay.
whom not to help, and how much we can do,
Now,
like
practically
financially or
speaking,
yeah.
practically speaking, right? It is difficult to know. Okay. Now,
Okay.
you are doing with an intent, let us say. Okay. Now, if the other end does not use it in aligned to that intent, then who is responsible?
I'll be responsible.
You will be responsible. Correct? Now, let us take a drunkard. Drinking is going to help him spoil his liver. He doesn't have money to drink. The effort is his people are trying to help him overcome that weakness. He comes to you out of, he gives you a cock and bull story and you believe him and you give him the money. He drinks and that situation becomes terminal in his life. Who takes that karma?
Yeah, the person who has given money.
Correct. So now, where can you donate? Where you can't donate? The impact of your action is going to be decided by your level of your soul's consciousness among the 5 stages of a soul. Are you able to relate to that? You may not know, you will make a mistake. So, right in the beginning, if you take a call saying that this is what I am willing to support, this is not, that becomes your value system, your belief system, etc. And you are aligned to that, then whatever happens, I'm going to do it. That's one mode of operation. Okay.
Yeah. So
So,
this example is easy, sir, what you gave, but I'll tell you my own experience. Like 2 years back when I went to India, I was so strong that I don't want to give any money for whoever asks me in when I'm traveling on the road. Like in India, it's pretty common, right? People keep coming and asking for money on the roads. So this time they were like, I just went to India and came back. There were so many old people and even the woman, pregnant woman was asking. I felt like even though I didn't wanted to give money, of course, from our spiritual tablet, GK sir is like very strong on donation and like where to give and where not to, the highest way. But on the road, how can we just tell them like spiritual
No,
service,
you
service,
don't.
right?
No, you don't just
Don't.
ignore them.
Just ignore.
Exactly.
Okay.
See, you know that there are going to be disturbances of very various kinds which are going to test you,
Mm.
right? You want to donate. Why don't you identify an old age home and give it there? Because that is what they are doing.
Yeah, they were on the road, sir. So I
No, they
can't
will be on the
ask
road.
them.
That is all your test. When you are driving a car, are you able to drive without navigating the steering? Give me an answer. Do you sit in the car and say, okay, go, take me to so and so shopping mall?
Mm.
Correct.
Yeah.
So these are all the traffic disturbances that you are going to encounter.
Okay.
After all, even spiritual life is a journey, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, sometimes the condition of the person who is asking makes you like, even though I was very strong, I think once or twice I got
Oh,
like, "Okay,
okay, come.
maybe I'll
I
give
won't
them
give you
100."
money. You want?
Yeah.
Come. You remember Vindhya who quoted to us on her journey to India when people were asking? She stopped for a cup of tea. Someone was asking. She
Yeah,
said, "I'll
yeah.
give you
Some food
money.
she
Please
gave.
take a
Yeah,
cup of tea if you want. You want to eat something, eat. That I am
right.
willing to give.
Yeah.
Don't
I
give cash.
used I
Don't.
used to do this when I was in college, like when, for the Buster boys or little boys. I mean, I
Hmm.
was not the spirituality at that time. I used to give them books, whatever they want, and make them order some food and give it to them.
Yeah.
And like what she's telling is also true now. Like, forget at that time, nobody would judge us whether we give it or not. Now, when they know consciously that we are into meditation and all that, oh my God, you're a meditator. How come you're not able to do even like you're telling, you're judging even to do
They are
dana?
going to provoke. Why is he provoking you?
Yes, they will say that. Even if you
Exactly.
stand up for yourself, they will say, oh, you being a meditator, you cannot do that. You have to, they think we have to become sadhus and, become very quiet and mild and.
No, see, that is his perception. Please understand, at every stage, right? You create your own reality is going to play around with you. Okay? There is a telepathic communication between the doer and the done, both of them throughout the game. Throughout it is in execution. Throughout it is there in implementation. How are you responding? Is it aligned to the path that you are supposed to follow? Or you are willing to follow? That becomes the guideline, correct? What are we learning in Unified? We are sticking to our DHARMA. We call it Dharma. What is your Dharma? You have to give, but what do you have to give? You have to give them support to enable their journey. See, there was an opportunity where a student was struggling during Corona. I interacted with the entire team and they all agreed to pay totally rupees 40,000 as the fees for the engineering student who lost his parents. But what did I do? I was very cautious. I didn't give him 1 rupee out of the money that was collected. We collectively contributed. I went to the institute, checked his performance there. After convincing myself, I said, I will directly pay the fees. And what did I give him? I gave him the fee receipt. I did not give money. Because by then I was here and I knew it could get misused. 40,000 in those days in 2020 was definitely a sizable money. Correct. I went to the engineering college, checked with his performance, took all those details and said, yes, there are people who are willing, I mean, in my team who are willing to help more people in case they satisfy these conditions. Right? So there is a way that you can implement the same thing. Are you getting the point?
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
That is the way you can give them Surekha, but
Yeah.
not on the street.
Okay. Yeah, I
You know,
think I
many
think
of the
what
beggars, many
Mm.
of those beggars would be richer than you are.
Sir, their condition was really like
Well,
once
that
pregnant
is how
women,
they are
right?
project. Their
They're not.
condition is a
Oh,
projected condition.
yeah, yeah.
That
Why
is
They're
are
like,
you
true.
not
They
looking
are
into it?
richer. Yes, that is true. They are richer. On the bus stop, one boy told me, Akka, how much do you make? I said, I'm a bit, in those days, I was a beautician, 2000 rupees. He said, oh my God, for the whole month, you go in the bus, you spend, and you're earning 2000, and me begging, I can make in 1 week so much.
Exactly. Right.
yeah.
He has subconsciously sent you a message. Why do you have free will?
Mm.
Are
I
you
know
guided
this
by
topic
your correct?
we,
Right?
we did
That
before
is the
also, like,
value. That is the value which Seth takes us through this title. Which title? This is the title. Harming others, suffering, violence, war, killing, and rape. It can come from the positive domain as well as the negative domain. Got it? That brings us back to the time constraint because I also have to leave. If there is any last question, I will take one.
Thank you so much, Chandra sir. Thank you so much.
thank you, sir. Thank you, Sheila ma'am. Those questions
And
were very
thank
good.
you, Sheila ji,
Thank you. No,
and the
I
entire
look
team.
forward for Mondays.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Surekha
sir. Thank you.
and Rajendra ji for your wonderful questions.
Thank you, sir.
Bala
It's
ma'am for giving the
Yeah.
perspective from a different direction, but which merges with this theme,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And the beauty of it is all these are inputs and leading to the unified game plan. Would you not feel that way?
True, true.
Yes, sir.
Chandra Garu, I just want to mention, maybe another day we should discuss the higher self of Deepak Chopra. So much information in that.
Oh, no, that is part of the week 8, 5 days plan.
Oh, okay. Oh, week 8. Oh, okay. In the same
Because,
unified.
yeah.
Unified. Okay.
The reason is Sudhakar
Okay.
wants me to speak for 5 days.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it is.
And I will definitely touch upon that because, see, that is the modern day unified that we need to understand. That is the concept of the higher self. We end up thinking that higher self is somewhere high above.
That's a misconception. Yeah. Yes.
Even when we
Because,
are reading, see,
yeah.
did you ask your higher self?
Yeah.
How many people know that we are at every second, we are in touch with our higher self?
And one thing I really liked, he said, we are literally our body and mind, we are living in the consciousness, not the other. See, we think
Correct.
the other way.
Body is not within us. We are within the body.
We are in consciousness,
Correct.
not the consciousness in the body.
Yes. And
Wonderful the way he described.
see, what is Lobsang Rampa's diagram
Yes.
taken?
Yes.
He
It's
has
written
given
in
you
that book.
various shapes, right? Yeah.
See, in the first chapter itself, he correlates how the atom
He
and the
lays the
universe.
foundation, introduction.
Yeah, the atom and the universe, how they
Exactly.
correlate.
Correct.
Wonderful. Yeah.
No, I
Thank
mean,
you.
the books that are
Chandra sir,
coming.
I want you to have one more session, like, for general. I know, like, certain times we go off topic also, but today it was everything incorporated into one thing. But I would like you to take one of the weekdays, I wait for Mondays, but one of the days, if we
Work
can ask
out, no,
ma'am.
work out the team when there are
Yes.
more than I have got a simple rule of thumb. There are 5 people, it calls for a session. Less than five
Yes.
people can read on their own.
No, let us say 10 and out of
Yeah.
5, only 2 people show up sometimes. Only have the most of the
Then
time.
Yeah,
it will
no,
be
but we will discuss it we will ask Kirti ma'am, and maybe we will have
Can
one
do it
session
more.
for,
Yeah.
definitely everybody will be interested.
correct. Yeah, I'm with you all.
Maybe like a topic will be general Q&A related
Yes,
to any
yes,
spiritual topic.
Anything
yes,
you decide.
yes.
See, you
Okay,
have the
thank you.
freedom to decide. I have the freedom. So subconsciously send a message. I will decide whether to act on it or not, depending upon my schedule. That's the only way that things work, right? That's what this book has also said. You send a subconscious mind. I may be in a subconscious state of mind. I will say yes, right?
Yeah.
So we will act on it. That's the commitment that I can give.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much for
Thank
today's
you.
session. It
Thank
was
you so
wonderful.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Nane,
you, everyone.
all of us together made it wonderful.
Thank you.
Before the full part of it, it was wonder. Now we all got together, we made it wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
It's
Okay.
always like sir sessions are always energetic and something or other I always take over.
No,
Thank you, Chandra sir.
see, I mean, it's mutual in the sense. Now I know if I have to present this topic, what is the theme that will work? Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.